and welcome back to Songs of Six. So today, you should hear, if you've been following for a little while, and if you're watching this on YouTube, we should hopefully have better audio. I've added a few sound filters. I've started to play around with labs now, and you should see some a little bit of an improvement. So hopefully that is in effect. As we get started today, I hope you all to know that I really appreciate all the support you've been giving. There's going to be a few people who are a bit sad I'm not playing, what's it called? Piggy tonight? Uh, Dustland Delivery. But I will be playing that tomorrow. Just because it's part 10, it's 1 year in game, and I think that's a pretty major milestone. Again, welcome back to part 2 of our Songs of Six session. So right now we are on year 14 already. Wow! We've definitely got the ball rolling on that front. We need to up our bread production, always up your grain production. And I realised, I watched back a little bit, Piva, I guess it's mildly intoxicating, so I imagine it's beer, but I guess because it's made from grain it could be a hard liquor. And obviously we did learn that is an Egyptian wine, which is quite cool. Wouldn't mind some wine in our lives, would we? Right. Forgive me. I think while I speak, it still picks up the keyboard. Sorry, it's mechanical. That's why I think it's quite loud. But I'm hoping it doesn't pick me up too badly. I didn't realise for so long that there's like a shh noise when I'm speaking. I'm hoping now that's dealt with. The issue is, because I speak quite quietly, I've had to pick up my voice a little bit, just because I want you to hear me. But my audio limiter would cut me out. So I'm going to have to, work on this, but hopefully this is what we're going to be doing going forward. It will sound a lot nicer. Hopefully. Anyway, we're going to find out. For anyone joining the stream, welcome, welcome. I hope you're having a good day. Got the Aurochs passages going. I realise I do need to limit this off. But we're going to turn this into Fishing Island. I mean, we're going to absolutely fish out the kazoo. We've got a small one here, but I think this main island is going to be the main fishing industry. And it is incredible for all the fishing land it has. Might as well just turn it entirely into a fishery. Where's this area? Oh, dimensions, okay. Does make sense, admittedly. Let's get this northern part of the island on a set up for fishing. Where's this dimension? Does it really come on? No, so I can't bring it lower than that. Understood. Let's fill out this bit. Now this obviously will need quite a lot of... Yeah, I mean with 20 jobs in a fishery, that is crazy for this game. Don't need that much storage. We will need a lot of auxiliaries though. Oh, actually, not as many as I thought we would. Awesome. Let's get that built. And again, for anyone joining us, how are you doing today? I'm hoping, I'd really love some feedback if anyone's there to give some, just on how the audio's doing. Because I am not 100%. I've tried it out a little bit offline, just recording little mini clips, but I haven't done it while live yet. So if you're around and ready to give some, I would be really happy if you could. If not, no worries at all. I just hope it's an enjoyable experience still. So we're going to aim on building up our food supply today because I really want to expand, but because I want to expand so hard, I want to make sure we have a stable food supply. So right now we're making a good amount of fruit which is mainly used for alcohol and for our nurseries. So you always want to make sure we're producing enough of that. Seems like we've got a nice excess. Vegetables, we're not producing a crazy amount, but at least we do have a nice stock of. Meat, we're producing a good amount. Fish, we need to work on. Grain is okay for now, but we need to work on that. And obviously bread is really, really low, so we want to throw this... Oh, we've already maxed out the first bakery. I think it's time we start another. Because resource-wise, we're not actually doing too badly. We are yet to make a foundry, though, so we do have to keep that in mind. Are we producing somewhere? Actually, has the mine even opened here yet? No. Okay, that's definitely something that needs to get worked on. It might be the case. I think we should make some more furniture production. let's start at the basics. Let's make sure we are good to go. We'll turn this into our sort of crafting area. Carpenter. Build you here. We'll make you the same sort of dimensions as the other buildings. Actually, start with the workbenches. Oh, that will be fine. I've got a road going behind this as well, just to match the street. Perfect, I've probably got a street going down this way as well. Right, cool, let's get that built. Got a good amount of people. Actually, we have got a good amount of people. Let's increase the amount of people on the stage. So that starts to increase people's happiness. It doesn't seem like we've got a very low happiness town though. They seem to be pretty good. 80% does feel quite nice. And I think when you have a happy town, it reduces crime quite a bit. But I think if I click on any of them... Oh no, no, you're okay. What about yourself? Blue faces. Lower breeze, oh god. Well, it doesn't look like they're too worried about violence, but I still want to get a good amount of soldiers in as soon as we can, really. We're still a little ways off. I think we need 300 population. We're only around halfway there, a little over halfway. So we'll work on that. Actually, we can see the titles here, can't we not? There we go. So we need Legati. So yeah, we need to hit 300. Prontix, we're fairly close to it. We won't use that just yet, but it's going to be Legati, which is important for us. I wish we had recreated this, because I just loaded a save up from earlier, from the beginning, but I could have taken the artisan perk. Gained by workshop output, increase the productivity of all workshops. Oh, been awesome. But we can work on this playthrough to really increase our, well, the amount of titles we have, so when eventually we head into the next one, we're ready to go. I wonder if the titles carry over. It's all things for us to learn. So get a carpenter constructed, then we'll work on building up our bread production, then once that's done, we'll just keep it going. You know, this game is about you gain more people, you use more people. Rinse, repeat, and we want to get to the point where we're so self-sufficient. Well, I mean, we are self-sufficient now, but we want to get to the point where we're able to issue our people more resources, more wood, more stone in their case, more furniture, and it really increases happiness. I mean, drastically increases it. So we'll work on that, and we will get there. Just gotta believe in it a little bit. I will need to move these hardens though. I'll probably end up, because we never built too far north in any of the playthroughs, so I should really make them a lot further up. Forgive me, this is our sort of out of zoomed out view, where you can kind of see the overlay of the city. I'm thinking maybe move the ranches eventually here. Obviously we'll farm all the way up the river. That's just what it's going to be. And eventually, well, I mean, we do have a bridge now. We will eventually start farming on this side as well. Turn this into a massive agriculture area. But I'm thinking of what we could do eventually is move some of this and just place like a wall. I do eventually want to wall off the city, like a main part of it, mainly of like residential quarters, but now I want to build a castle up of where our main nobles will live. I'm thinking making that region for the cantors and, you know, our nobilites, our nobility. Should be quite neat. What do we need to get to that house? I think we have to make refined stone to get to make it. So I don't want to be too crazy yet. But I want to get pottery, I want to get masonry. There's a lot we need to do. There is a lot we need to do. But we'll get there. We'll get there in good time. And I know everyone, yep, everyone would work in here if they could. We don't want that. That's max, brilliant. So a good 5 extra should help the production issues we're having. I guess we can throw, while we do have some spare people, we can throw a few more in the laboratories so we can really build up that research, which will be quite crucial going on. But how is everyone doing today? Had work today, so that's why I'm streaming quite late. I'm off tomorrow, so that's when we'll play a bit of Dustland Delivery. And I'm really considering playing Clanfolk. It's a game I quite enjoy, and I was tempted to play it tonight off stream, just because I don't aim to stream every day, truthfully. I aim to stream about 4 or 5 days a week. But I think that's going to turn into 6 or 7 at this rate, but most likely 6. There will be days where I'm just not around, sadly. But I am really enjoying this. The feedback on YouTube is incredible. The feedback on Twitch has been incredible. I couldn't be happier, to be honest with you. So it's yeah, it's really a pleasurable experience to have. I'm really happy with everyone's feedback, and yeah, this brings me a good chunk of joy in my day. So thank you for everyone who gets involved. Huge thank you. Like that grain building up. Well, what do we... Oh, it's more grain slots. Okay. So we do just need to grow more grain. It seems like we are making an excess, but not a very large excess, which, if you've played this game before, that ain't it. You want an excess of everything. Good, nice big one. Just gonna ask my friend if he's around to have a little peek at the audio. Oh, I didn't nearly send a streak. We've had a streak going for so many years, me and my one friend. It's quite nice. Also, even crazy, it might seem like a weird time to stream, but my sister is very much in labour. She's in Vancouver, so that's the only reason I'm in the UK, so that's why I'm not running over there to be with her. She's just like, yeah, I'll tell you when I'm done. So it's all quite exciting. My family's like, oh my god, I can't wait to see the baby. We're all ecstatic. So yeah, can't wait. This is just one of those ways of seeing it. And I've got to be truthful with you guys. If suddenly I get a call from my sister showing off the baby, I will absolutely disappear, and I hope that's fully understandable. And for anyone on YouTube, I'll sure to be bringing up my, I think soon to be nephew. So it's going to be pretty cool. What are they doing? Are you one of the... Aha, yes, it's doing good. Awesome. That's the look of it. It's so awesome. Okay, they do take multiple goods every run. Awesome. See, this game somewhat reminds me of Anno, but in the sense of you have to manually assign every single minor logistical thing. So, it's interesting. Now, how far are they going along? Is that boosted production here? Not really, it hasn't changed at all, but then it is a little bit further out, so I can't imagine it would change too much instantaneously. But if we do have spare people and a lot of wood, we can just throw a few more people in here for now. So how's the food? We are producing more food than we use, but we do want to produce more than that. We do want to get to the point where we are producing a lot. We also need to up our fabric production quite heavily. We're producing a good amount of cotton by the looks of it. So where do we produce our fabric? Weaver. There, oh yeah, we only have one person working it. That would make sense. Why there isn't a lot. That's probably going to absolutely... Yeah, that's going to tank our cotton production. So let us already get another field going. I have no intention of doing that at any point because I feel like it's not going to end very well. All the other poppy seeds out of this playthrough, thank you very much. Right. Who's starving? Why are you starving? What are you doing? Little Dondorian. Oh no, that's human. Whoops. You were next to vegetables, you could have hauled a few of those. Hopefully they ate a few to stave off the old hunger pains. Ah, looks like we're producing a good amount of livestock as well, which is the exact moment we want to produce another auroch pasture. Now we're doing quite a few things, but kind of needs to be done, to be honest with you. No, I'll leave a little gap on this side in case I need to go through it all. We'll make this an absolutely massive pasture. It's not crazy sized, but it's good. It's getting there. It's kind of what we're after. 8.2 workers, and it'll be 9. Yeah, hopefully we can just offset our leather production, because the leather has been really poor, and we will need a lot of it. So aurochs are going to be it, really. We'll just probably end up with a whole row of them here. So be it. And by the looks of it, our soldiers are fully trained. Yes, so I don't know if they need training after they get to 100. I don't know if they upkeep it, if they'll occasionally just visit, but it's pretty neat. I'll take it. Having one elite band, probably end up raising them to 30. It's tempting to even do now, to be honest with you. Just see what happens there. I'm going to have a quick save, just in case that immediately resets them all to 0, because that would be a bit of a conundrum. We'll see. We should see. If anyone goes training, we'll find out. Ah, did I actually save it? I didn't. That would probably explain a lot, wouldn't it? Yes, okay, now people are going to train. Recruits, awesome. Obviously don't want to overdo the army too much, but we only have one group that actually trains. Again, if we can get one group to just be an absolute beast, that's amazing in of its own right. We want to get some plate armor production soon. Funny enough, clothes, we just didn't produce clothes in our last playthrough. Like, honestly, we ended up with such a deficit that half of our people were in the nude, so I'm really happy with this one. Also with the new sound balancing, those farts might sound a little bit closer than personal. Not just the game, oh no! Wow, my humour's so bad. My friends say I've got one of the worst senses of humour. I'm like, come on. Gotta love it. So I think we're going to destroy this pasture just because it is a little bit close. Like a livestock just immediately get thrown into mini cages. It's ridiculous, but I love it. I'll go double free, and you see people just start zooming. Even on normal free, they're going quickly, but you can keep up with them on double. Yeah, no chance. Is it getting there? I mean, nothing's changed for a while on the old furniture side of things. It's a little bit annoying. Why is that? Are we giving away too much furniture to our people? I'm going to bring it down to 1. What about the Dondorians? I'll keep you at 1. Just because I want to really... yeah, there we go. Immediately we gain a load back. While we need it, we will have to bring it down a little bit. Which is a shame. But once we get ourselves a little bit more secure on supply, we will pump it back out. Oh, there's so much fruit just left in the fields. We can pick up a lot of that fruit. Why are we not getting it? Do we not have enough people collecting fruit? Right here, you can take more fruit. I'm gonna hire that up to maybe 2 people. Hopefully then they'll start just grabbing it themselves. I wish they just bought it. Whenever they harvest it, they just automatically bought it to the closest place. That'd have been pretty awesome. So like similar situation with the wood, they're just not getting it. We'll just see a taste of sure we can do better. Positioned, dare not go out. Oh, thugs are present. We'll make sure to be dealing with that soon. Um, actually, you know what? I almost started making blocks here without remembering I need to build guard posts. So this I think will be big enough for a full-size guard post. This should be, even if it's a smaller one, but we would fit one here, put one here. I think we'll be okay. I think we'll be okay. We'll be fine. So, what is the plan? We're just gonna keep going, build up our reserves. The fruit is going up by the looks of it. Or was it 800 when we started 600? I can't perfectly remember. It does seem like it is going down a little bit. And I guess they haven't fully produced these fields. I'm not picking up all the grain either, which is annoying. I might actually just build another warehouse here, just for these just for grain, cotton, maybe fruits, just to be exclusively those three. I know we're building a lot of buildings at once actually. Has this now got to be? No, it's still short. Why are you short? You should be building this. Well, it should be building this. They brought 36 over already, so something must be stopping them. I'm not too sure what though. Maybe it's because all the people are busy building, and once they're free they'll start bringing things over. Stone beds this are not the thing. They look so uncomfortable, it's unbelievable. Yeah, our wheat supply, it does seem like it's going down the grain. So it's just because they're not collecting it from the fields as much. Definitely need to get up another storage. Make it a good size one. A longer one at least. We're doing it too wide. Oh my goodness, I keep it's completely too wide. There we go. This is making this out of wood, isn't it? Yeah. Right, that will do. Don't have too many free people at the moment. But I'm not sure if they do, but I think when the army is fully trained, they actually rejoin general population. So they'll train up, and once they're done, they will just go back into that civilian life, and then only revisit here when they're low on stats. But I don't know if they lose stats, that's what I'm interested in. Or if once they're trained, that's it. I'm not 100% to be honest with you. Oh. First crime has been committed. Oh no. Where has it been committed? What would they have done? Oh! Vandalism! So what do we do with you? I guess we just imprison him. For a bit. We'll just hold him. Has he pled guilty? He's going to go grab a bite to eat. I guess we can't do anything. Prisoned 64 days. 64 days in that is not going to be a great time, is it? Cannot imagine so. Wow. That's his life. Just trapped away in prison. Well, don't break the law, kiddos. Glad we caught him though, he must have been close by. And vandalism as well, what boring crime. Like, if you're going in, imagine if there's someone else in the yard, what are you in for? Oh, just smashed up something. Like, why? Don't seem pretty happy. Oh, it's dropping actually. Why are you dropping? What's happened? Majority still happy with that. Services. Don't feel like there's enough markets, not enough wells. Resources okay, stages, not enough hearths. Okay, we'll deal with that. We will deal with that. Then again, there is a lot of wells, and there is a lot of hearths. They're just not using them as much. I'm sure we'll be fine. I think we might have just overstretched ourselves with how much we're building at once, which is my fault, admittedly. We're getting a nice little reserve of ore though. It would be nice to have this built up and running. Let's keep, oh, 4 people in at once, nice. Let's keep that population jumping up, we're at 202 now. Though, you'll only see 187 here because that's our workforce, 202 includes all the children as well. And we can see we've got a load of research points. What I'm going to do, I'm going to unlock proper burial because I think we're going to get to the point where people are going to be aging and we don't want them aging and then dying and not having anywhere to be buried. It's not very respectful for them and our people will not like it. I'm going to save up for the blood sport soon, but we'll get there. I wanted to unlock pottery because it's going to be very important. I also wanted to unlock masonry, equally important. Your little visitation point. Little fishing spot maybe. We'll see. I don't know how that's not been built yet. Unless it's just the amount of free people we have just are not building. Look at the amount of wood is here as well. Wow. Literally thousands. That's why we're able to sell, well, it doesn't look like we produce much and we use more in the carpenters, but the amount of land we just destroy, or at least the amount of trees we cut when we do anything with the land is just astonishing. I hope someone finishes this quickly and I can probably throw a bit of wood on there. Get it built nice. Imagine the cod and the farm will be done fairly soon. There we go, let's get let's up that radius. And let's start working on this. This isn't going to be, I'll probably build a bakery near here at some point. But we don't want a crazy amount of bakery. We'll want a good amount of wood, to be honest. 15 for now, which I know looks ridiculous, but for what we're using it for, but we do need that. I'll probably go for 6 on the cotton's fine, and the rest, oh the rest. We need a majority of grain. We'll use the rest for, I believe, I'll make this more vegetable area. I'll keep the fruit kind of up north, but I will add a little bit of fruit. Cool. And we'll send, yeah, 2 people there. That should be enough to just start pulling everything from the surrounding area into the warehouse. I have a load of stone as well. Yeah, the wheat farms can really become efficient, especially after that first year, because obviously right now, low skill, low just work value, thing isn't ready just because it got built right at the end of the season. By next season, we should start to see the big increases. That's where the fun begins. Probably got a bakery here. Oh, nice. Is this... Yes, it is. Awesome, we should start to see them. Oh, it's already full of Aurochs. Wow. That was quick. Now, how are we doing on the leather production? We're producing a tiniest amount more, so we're going to still see a bit of a deficit for a while, but I think we build one more Aurochs pasture here, we should be good. Aha! The dreaded minus. We need to work on something. Something's taken too many people. It's the cotton field one, looks of it. Have they finished the fishing plot? Okay, not the fishing plot. Because that is going to absolutely ruin us. That's 20 people at once. We do not want that to happen. We have to also keep an eye out for this mine, because once that's built, they will, just like that, hire everyone and their dog. We can delete these now, which is nice. And the two people who are manning here should actually grab that from there, which is awesome. Now we've got coal and iron production. I feel bad for the people who have to walk absolutely ages to get back, but I feel like in real life that's not that crazy a walk. This is the size of a person, this is normal speed, this is your workshop. You know, don't get me wrong, it's not a short walk, but it's not a crazy walk either. And I like the decoration side of things where we can just build a torch here, maybe at the corner, here. I know we're using iron we shouldn't really have, but I'm only using it because it's iron we shouldn't have, because that will decay over time, and I'd rather use it than lose it. And I'm thinking one more Aurochs pasture, because I want to start eventually making shields. And no Aurochs, no pasture. No, well, no pasture, no leather. I don't think any of the others produce leather. Sadly not. The others produce better meat. We can definitely live with that. Nice seeing the city grow though. I mean, we're about, what, 207 people now. Actually, now I've just remembered, I unlocked all those things, I haven't even started producing anything. I want to get a graveyard up. So I always keep that somewhere centralised. Maybe even here would be nice, but then that might be a bit small. Here will work. So the reason you want a good graveyard is because this is where, obviously people are laid to rest, but this is where people will then go to visit those laid to rest. And you want it to just look nice. Somewhere you will be seen at some point. Playing with this a little bit. See if we can make something that looks quite nice when it's built. I'm just trying to visualize it in my head how it will look. Ah, no. I guess it classes it as being blocked off, right? It does. Hello, Crop. Welcome back. How you doing? How was your day today, my friend? I hope it was a good one. Oh, this is... So, I'm not expecting a crazy amount of death. This is more so that there's something for people to... How do I put it? People will just die naturally, and as the towns get bigger, they want somewhere to just bury their dead and mourn them. So that's what we're hoping to is see this place. It will be filled, but it'll hopefully be filled with a lot of natural deaths rather than us being murdered. Which is a possibility, most definitely. Will be a bit of an expensive investment. I mean, 300 stone is quite a lot, but we'll be okay. And Crop, if you don't mind me asking, how's the audio today? This is what I was curious about. So I've been playing with Mixer, and I realised you can hear a bit of like a whistling noise on my microphone normally. I'm hoping you're not hearing any of that now, but I think it might have made me a little bit louder. So if you think it needs any tweaking, please let me know. I think the game should be a little bit louder too. So I hope it's all sounding good. You're not that? Perfect. Yes, we're producing coal. Awesome. I want that coal production. And then we're going to start working then on the iron production and oh, so many things, so many things. We're on a cool journey, Crop. We're on a very cool journey. So what you missed from earlier, I've added a carpenter. We've started working on expanding a little bit. I've got the bridge across. I'm going to use the, well, unlock the clay here eventually. I've unlocked a few things via research now. So we've now got masonry, pottery. We unlocked the graveyards. I'm thinking next to do the blood sports, just because. and then once we've unlocked all those things, then go for bathing, because I remember we need cut stone for bathing and it's really expensive, so we might as well just make it ourselves. But I think we need metal for that, so you got to let a lot of stuff to make a lot of stuff. So you need those resources to make other resources. Hopefully, okay, we've got enough furniture now. Let's start issuing some more back to the population. Access, let's give the dwarf... some. Yeah, metal's needed for masonry. So we will work on that. There's not too many dwarves. I think we can afford to give them a little bit more of certain things. But then once we've got pottery, we can start working on alcohol production. But before we do that, I want to hopefully get to 300 population, because that way we can add full-on guards to the town, because there is crime now, but at least we do have the stockade to lock up some of the criminals that get caught. But until we've got a lot of, say, guards, they won't naturally just be... I think there'll be debuffs on the people, so if we click on them, I think a few might say, oh, it's unsafe. But we should be pretty good because the happiness is high, so when the happiness gets lower, we're going to run into issues. Also, what's the load like on that toilet? Being one toilet for 200 people doesn't sound great. Probably going to build another down here, I think. Can't imagine that would be a good life. Oh, is it just one guy running it as well? It is. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'd end up jumping in the river. Oh, speaking of jumping in the river, there's everyone going skinny dipping. There's a migration wave. Oh my goodness. They're all diving in there. Must be a heat wave of some variety. No, it's like, it's spring. It won't be too warm. It'll be frigid. Oh, it sounds so cold. I can't think of it. That sounds dreadful. You're freezing, you're cold, you're... Oh, awful. Awful, awful, awful. Now, Crop, I don't know if I asked you or not, but how's your day been? I hope it's been a good one. And thank you for joining back in. We'll get into Apprentice Ray. You now have the title of Grand Conqueror, and as such, you now have divine permission to recruit a nobleman who can help you greatly. Ooh, a chamber. Oh, you find it quite warm, I imagine. It has most definitely been so. Ocean naked, only renewable. Oh really? How so? Imagine yours is probably laid out bare. This is a bit of a mess, so we make it work. Oh, nice. Sounds like your town's probably running a little bit more efficiently than mine, to be honest. Nice. In fact, I do want to start the journey towards a clay pit, because it is going to be really needed. Ooh, we'll start producing some more clay now. Sorry, I was really locked in when I was building that. We'll start producing some clay now, and or at least get that built up, so that way we can just maximise that clay pit. Then go from there. Right, we've seen a nice increase in population now, and everything seems like it's going quite well, I hope. We don't seem to be in trouble. We've increased, one thing you did miss, we've increased our like elite unit size to 30, so they're going to send some people in to train. But I think once they're 100%, they actually rejoin the civilian population. Because yeah, there's only 10 conscripts right now out of the 20, so I imagine that once they're done, they're done. And only when they need to retrain, say if someone dies, they'll pull someone out of the population and they'll then become a soldier. But I'm interested to see how that looks later on. I'm very excited to get a noble. Now, what would the noble housing cost? A chamber. Ooh. Now, see, that is an issue. 20 gems. Now, forbid I find out how much that costs to get in. And then, actually, to be fair, we wouldn't even have the infrastructure for a noble. They need to be kept very happy. So we need alcohol, we need... I think we'll hold off on nobles for now. We'll hold off for now. We will get there though. We will get there. I'm very excited to. Forgive me, I have to keep checking my phone because my sister's actually in labour at the moment. She's in Canada in labour, so I'm a bit too far away. I'm, what is that, 2,500 miles, if not more, away. So leaving her to it, but I just like keep checking because she's giving us updates. So I'll just show off the city running around. The city commotions at the moment. Oh, and someone's already passed away. Mauled? Oh, by wild beasts! Oh no, that isn't the natural death I was hoping for. Whoops. I think more of our people will get mauled, but I don't doubt that it will happen. So the reason we want a graveyard rather than the mass pit we have, so mass pits, when people are chucked in, it gets rid of the body, but they're not particularly happy. It doesn't add any happiness to them. I believe if we put them in a normal graveyard, it actually increases their happiness. At least I think it's a service they'll want. Might be wrong in saying that. Well, I know it affects something, but I'm not perfectly sure what. Oh, it might be religion. That is a fair shout. Occupation, exiled, imprisoned. We definitely want a few of these guys in there when we get the chance. What are they all doing? Well, stages. Okay. need a few more people on the stage when we get the chance. At them now, but I really want to get to the point where we can make a bathhouse, and we'll build that here, right next to the residential region. That will increase happiness. Kazongas, the scale of Kazonga, but they will be pretty content with that. I'm noticing our food start to drop a little bit now, but our grain seems to be going up. So I'm thinking of upgrading. Oh, not just our, probably upgrading our grain production again, but not just our grain production. Increasing our bread production. But I don't want to overstretch. I want to make sure that when they're doing something, they're actually getting it built. Because at the moment, yeah, now we're in minus population. We want to get there. Because the issue is when you play quite close to the amount, like I do, the moment you start losing population, it will come back to burn you quite quickly. So that's not something I quite want to experience. That's why we always want to have a lot of nurseries. That's why I think nurseries are useful, because that natural population you use will just pass away. You will gain back, because now we've lost. I've noticed a few people have disappeared, so imagine someone's passed away. Or they've run off, who knows. But we will see. What's different, in my first playthrough I actually had a load of groups leave because they were really unhappy. We seem to be taking a bit better care of them nowadays in this one. We're taking it a bit slower, making sure they're looked after. Do need to increase that bread, but we'll work on it together. Cropping anyone who ends up watching this on YouTube. Because surprisingly, the YouTube video's been doing kind of well. I've been really surprised. I wish I had this type of audio in the first one without that like whistling noise, but then the game itself is quite windy, so it makes up for that tenfold. Actually, we do have a little bit of wood on there. I'll probably reduce the amount of wood we have, increase the bread. And then I might build a bakery here. Might as well have it as close to the source as possible. Just bread straight into, well, grain straight into bread. No middleman. Make it a large one as well so we got space for expansion. So this is the thing I like to do, is make sure there's, you know, potentials for advancing in the future. Well, that looks good to me. Ooh, definitely doors do help. I'll even be able to build some direct connections into there. Perfect. Nice. Again, a good amount of people joining us now. I'll probably leave it at that for now. Ooh. Temperature waves are coming. Oh, we're going to see a load of people start jumping in now. Yep, there they go. Everyone's leaping in. The weather's hot, everyone goes for a dip. I mean, you can't have a very shy society when everyone's just jumping and getting naked next to each other. Very different to ours. Yeah, before I streamed today, Crop, anyone who's watching this, I probably played with the audio for a good 30 minutes, just trying to make it sound better, because I was thinking, I swear it's a bit crackly, I just want to make it nice for everyone, and I hope this has worked out a little bit. But we will see as we move on. Add another tailoring. Close production is never a bad thing, especially as you might remember I've mentioned before in my other playthrough, which I had before this, basically everyone had no clothes. So it's nice to improve upon that. We do have a lot of unemployment now, but that should hopefully start getting things built. And we can actually hire a few more people for our mines, especially the coal one, as once things are up, I notice we do tend to use a lot more coal than we do iron. Well, at least ore, should I say. But I wouldn't mind getting up on both of those resources. Probably stick on metal smelter here as well. So I made it so we can put metal here. No. Might do, so what I'll do is I'll build the actual foundry a little bit closer to town to get, small force. I'm not going to pay them. We're going to fight them. We're absolutely going to fight them. Let them come. We've built up a little bit of a stronger force now. So friend, Dragon Strikes, Finsmith, and Iris and Hammers of Honk. Show you what's out in the world. We must pay them a good chunk of resource to climb the offer. So now they're going to attack us. And we'll sally out and meet them with our 80 soldiers, a good 30 of which are trained, a good 50 of which are not. But it doesn't change the stats too significantly. Oh, actually it does. Actually, it does change it quite significantly. I take that back. But only a few of them will have armor, most of them will not. So we're going to have to see how that goes. But I'm hoping we're able to pull it off. I think we will, with the luck of our gods on our side. And if it goes well, I'll make sure to build an arena to add sacrifices in their name, should they like that. And it'll just make everyone happier to have an arena around. Do love a bit of blood sport back in the day, didn't they? I built that so quickly yet. It felt like the fishing areas has been ignored. What I'm going to do, again, what I should have done ages ago, is when these areas are ignored, workstation, plop one of those down, and someone will actually go over there and start working on things in the vicinity. I'm actually really excited for this combat, though I don't produce any metal and weapons yet. We should be able to take their equipment once they're done in. Because normally a small force means like 10, maybe 20 people. We're going to be bringing in 80, though 50 of those are untrained. Quite a few of them are. Now let's give this a go. I really want to get an Archer Legion. I'm thinking the 50, if they're untrained. Maybe I'll set up like a mini Archer group where they're okay, but they're not amazing. So, I mean, oh, actually, there is a good chunk of them. There's actually a better chunk than I thought there would be. Let's make sure our 30 is probably close formation. We'll go on the defensive because they need to attack us. And leave them like this because they'll attack one of the two, and then with the other unit we'll hit them quite hard from the side. But we'll start that there. Let them come to us. We don't really need to do moving. Yeah, there we go. They're going to start moving up. Artillery. Oh, I wonder if when the catapults are built we can bring them in. That's a bit weird. Let's attack these guys. And might as well just hit them from the rear. We can. First unit, you can run to catch up. Don't want to be breaking our formation too much, but I didn't expect them to start breaking through like that. Especially considering they're going straight for our throne by the looks of things. Actually, we can encircle these guys. Might as well just take out a few if we get the opportunity. They've hit straight into our group of well-trained soldiers. But they are in armour by the looks of it and sounds of it. One full numbers, with a few more joining the melee. But at least 3 of their groups are holding back. Where's the rest, though? We seem to be okay for now. We've got this. We'll take them out. I think we've taken out a good 5 by this point. We've lost a few people, but it doesn't always mean they're dead. They can just be injured. Looks like we've won that skirmish. So let's reform. Oh, they're pulling back a good chunk. Here we go. We'll send you against you against them. No, sprint. Go, 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 go. Let's stick to formation. Smash them. Yes, we have won. We should take a few prisoners from this as well. Yes. So we've beaten them. Now let's look. We've got 4 leather armor, 18 plate armor, 16 bows, 4 probably warhammers, 6 shields, 9 falcatus, which basically are short swords, and then 8 Dondorians and 10 Cretonians, which I don't think we actually have the space for, in the sense of prisoners. So the issue is that will fill up our capacity is completely full. Which is why I really want to build a blood sports area, because that way we have a place to put the prisoners. Totally not offer them to the gladiators on a plate, essentially. What can you do? Oh, actually, before I mess up big time, let me build another storage, because all of that gear doesn't have a place to go. Because it doesn't have a place to go, it'll just break down immediately. Obviously, it does deteriorate over time, but I'd rather just have a little bit of armor than no armor. Because this is seeming to be our main military area, I'll build up the new depot just over here. It doesn't have to be a large depot, but it does need a little bit of storage. A little bit going on. Go. So we did actually lose a few people. But it looks like we lost none of the 1st division, which is very strong. Oh no, it's not first. It's 0 division, and then the 1st division is looking a bit better, but they're a bit bruised up because they're not trained. So we've had to recruit 4 more people. But I think they'd literally just go to this once and then they leave immediately. Battling isn't something you really want to look forward to be honest, Crop. It's difficult and it's so stressful when you end up losing so many men, but it is pretty awesome. I want to get to the point where we can use artillery and arrows, because I've never actually seen it used in combat yet. But as I'm aware, we can end up taking over the map, essentially. Look at all these prisoners, we've got all these Cretonians. They decided to fight us, and we smashed them. So hopefully, we don't get too many attacks. But what can happen now? See, that was a small attack, and there was a good 25 of them, and that's small. When it goes to medium, we could look at 80, 100 people, and unless we have well-equipped soldiers, we're in trouble. We are in trouble. So we really want to get to the point where we produce so much weapons and armor that there's armor for all of our units, there's weapons for all of our units, and they're in the best gear. So as we grow that elite unit, there's enough of them in the best armor and the best gear to fight off anyone who might oppose us, really. My aim is to have our main human unit, sword and shields, and heavy armor, and then make a dwarven unit with the flanks, which are the 2-handed weapons that cause a lot of damage, in full armor as well, and then maybe making a secondary human unit of light armored archers with leather armor, which I think would be quite cool, visually and just efficiently, because we want to pepper down the enemies where we can, especially because then we can just hold wherever we are and just loose on them. But it looks like we're starting to turn things around a little bit. Let's increase... Let me hear someone pooping. It's a sign of decadence. Let's increase their fabric usage. And do we have... We don't give the dwarves any fabric. There we go. So we should start hopefully seeing them use that fabric because a lot of them don't have any bedding, which is tragic. Oh, they're making carpets instead. Well, what can you do? The population's starting to jump as well, so let's get another row of housing in. I'm very happy that our victory came fairly swiftly. I'll just say welcome in to anyone who's watching. We've just won our first big encounter in this playthrough, which is nice. We have one small 30-man unit of elites and one 50-man unit of just straight up civilians. So we fought the elites. They did really well. The civilians took 4 losses. The elites took none. By elites, they're just well trained. They don't actually have any better equipment. We're just keeping that from the battle, but we'll hopefully build up this warehouse soon so we can actually store it all before it decays. To anyone who's joined us, how are you doing today? Hope you're having a good day. And if you have any recommendations or feedback or anything you want to see or know about, let me know. I'll try my best to accommodate. Oh no. Bakery's nearly up. That will produce a significant amount of bread. That is a huge bakery. At least by my bakery standards. Hey, welcome, Dolce. I nearly had Crotonians by accident. Hey, thank you, Dolce. I hope it's nice and enjoyable for you. Oh, they're so close, 99%. Come on, someone can just jump in there and finish that so quickly. Wow, that left our population up significantly and quickly. They really need to start building. Oh, really? Nice. I've not played a crazy amount, but I've had the game for quite a long time, since like 2021, so I like the journey and progression the game's had. I mean, it's so different 2-3 years ago than what it is now. Ah, well thank you for joining in, Dolce. I hope I'm saying that right. Anyone else mauled? No, the one guy mauled. It looks like everyone seems pretty happy for now. Oh, cool. You're in the same sort of boat as Crop. He only bought the game not 2 months ago. You only bought it like less than a week ago, didn't you, Crop? Crop's already making more efficiencies than me. I haven't even got a clay production going yet. And we're up to, what, 250 people? What sort of cities are you making, Dolce? Are you getting up to nice populations? I know Crop's getting to sort of like 200 pops, building very differently. So Crop's doing like where they're eating mainly bread, but he's got stone, masonry, smithies, pottery and carpentry like fairly solid. Whereas I've a bit more loosely got them going. You have 8 regions. What? Oh, what? Are you segmenting your town? Ooh. Oh, sorry. Hey, wow, 1.3k pops. That is awesome. I'm really interested to see what that looks like with this. So when I played good 2-3 years ago, I got up to about 2,000. Because only reason I know that is because I had the achievement. Yes. So I want to get us to the point where we can start taking over. And then that's why there's the tree here, isn't there, for Empire. So I'm very excited to see how this all goes for us. I know we need a bit of work on it first, get the city a bit more stable, but I cannot wait. Dodgy, just to ask, what kind of army size would you say is needed for that? And I'm talking more like elite units. I want to give them 100% training, get them to a good stage. Really? Now, I don't know how it works. When you get to the point where you're taking over the map, do you then start moving into territories like you can actually build in them? Or would it be you only build in your main city, but... Okay, I get that. Using mercenaries sounds cool. But do you then build in their cities, or do they just kind of contribute things to you? Oh, really? Hmm. That's an interesting way to go about it. We'll definitely get there soon enough. We'll be conquerors. Wow, so archers sound like they're quite good. Don't even have to start looking into that. Maybe even potentially switch over the larger unit into archers. Hmm. Interesting. We're going to need to look at research for the archers, because I don't think we can just make it, can we? No, there we go. So we need to do furniture upgrade, and then carpentry. Hmm. Definitely some food for thought there. Actually, there's a lot of food for thought. We need to do it. Stop building this and finish the little building just next to them. That would be nice. There we go. And everyone immediately jumps in to become a baker in the village. Let's get another 5 going. You need the archery range too, okay. So you do need to train them up. Hmm. All I'm thinking now is elite unit of soldiers, elite unit of archers, and we are laughing. How's that level? Oh, okay, still nearly in negative. We've got a good herd here. Well, you know how it's been going for us in husbandry. Anyway, let's build some more. Yeah, we're making some big ol' auroch pastures to fuel our ever-increasing leather and meat supply issues. Yeah, Dolce, you've given us a lot of food for thought there. We're going to need to definitely improve upon our military. I think archers are going to be the way to go. I'm even tempted to change that like division over to archers once we start unlocking more stuff, though. Obviously, we're still quite early stages. To be fair, 40 isn't a big increase. We could just reduce the military numbers we have now, make them elite force. We'll work on it, most definitely. Okay. That's about 500, then we'll start the conquering process. We will take over the world. 100%. Where's the grain production going now? Okay, it's not producing too much over. We do want to up that food production because it's starting to drop. I don't use slaves too much, to be honest with you. I don't think we even have slave production. I've never really used them, so I'm not too sure what to do about them, really. Because I know we have the thing to make them into slaves. Because I've never really worked with it, I wasn't sure if it's something we want to really get into. Criminals know the prison's taken for temperament. Their new career slaves. I'm gonna build it over here and build it down. This is where they're going to collect all of our resources. You know what, we might as well to make the furnace up here. Might be a bit of a journey, but we'll get the job done. Let's get that built over there. Let us also... Have they built this? How have they not built this yet? There's so many people. Okay, the rains haven't never really been an issue because we built everything on the water. We'll be okay. Looks like it's still raining. Seems like it's going well. Once we get metal production up and running, that will definitely open a lot of avenues for us. Again, wouldn't mind some more coal though, just because I know once we open up like the bathhouse and things, it will start to increase quite tremendously. Is this in the range of any of our janitors? Where's our nearest janitors? Here, isn't it? Somewhere here. Quite a few people have joined us. How are you doing? I hope you're having a good day. If there's any questions, please let us know. Or should we say, let Dolce know in the chat. He knows more than us, definitely. Oh, actually, we do need some more janitors. We'll build one maybe over here then. Wonder if our religious core is enough. I mean, they've got a load of available services still. New to 10. What's grinding on their happiness? Access. Nothing with speakers. They need more wells. I think we're going to need to make another laboratory as well because that is... it's getting abused. Maybe around here, I'm thinking. Oh, we don't want that to happen. Let's smart remove that and that. Hopefully the house will still be intact. Whoops. Didn't mean for them to start destroying the houses. Oopsie. We've lost 100% isolation, I don't know how that is, but we will accept it. Pretend that didn't happen. That's going to bug us though. We've got space for more people, don't need to worry too much on that. That's annoying. We'll build a little light there or something. I know we don't produce any metal yet. That's what we're working on. Oh, we've had more people pass away. Disease, and another one more. Oh my goodness. They're not going out gracefully, but they are. At least it's not to violence and murder and whatnot. Have we finally built that fishing spot yet? Oh, no, we haven't. It's just about to be built. Oh my goodness, we're about to see history made. Finally, that took months. Wow. Let's destroy that. Awesome. Off he goes, back into the general population. Fine, should be good. Should have good range around here. This generator will have a good range, and hopefully that will withstand far enough to deal with the clay pit. We might even just build a little... I'm really tempted to just turn this into a little resort or something. I make this for nobles or something. It'd be silly, but I'd like it. I can kind of just see it, yeah, because we can build here, because they'll just expand the land out. It's really tempted. Yeah, remove water. Do that here. Oh, we can actually do that anywhere. By the looks of it. Oh, interesting. We won't do that everywhere, but that is quite interesting little thought. This will be absolute fishing paradise for our people. Hopefully start to increase that food supply. Don't forget to have a drink of water, everyone, because it is hot weather. I don't know where everyone's from, but it's always nice to just make sure you have a drink. So I'm going to mute myself for just a minute, okay? Refreshing. Seems like we're on a pretty steady trajectory to 300, because that's when I want to start to add the town guards. But before we do that, actually, we need to start learning how to make leather armor down here. So we've what did we for this? We need another 100 points. Okay, we can get that done sooner than later, hopefully. Even though we use so much wood, we don't use wood at all, is what I've noticed in this game. Whenever you do anything, you cut down so much of it. There's so much left over. I'm liking the houses though, they are quite nice. They're looking nicer. Anyway, from where they're, from this especially. Supposed to do some work. Oh, they're a janitor as well, they do so much for our community, but they have such a poor house. Oh, they need to head out to the market. Stock up. Yeah, I don't think this game gets the stream love it deserves. So hopefully I can help contribute to that. How's this going? It's going okay. Just bringing that wood over. Oh, we've started to drop massively on people. Why is that? Loyalty has dropped, happiness has dropped quite a bit. Why is that? It's religion. Okay. So, are there not enough services? There are. Maybe you should space them out. Yeah, I think there was a streamer that played this recently, and that's why. And then the developer reduced the price, so that brought in a load of players. And then I think that might have been 2 months ago, you know? 2-3 months. And then they're saying the 1.0 is around the corner. When that is, I'm not sure. But hopefully, when that happens, we'll get a load of more players into it. Because it's just, I think it's an awesome game. I think the issue is, visually, this isn't the best looking game. So when people watch this on YouTube, they go, whoa, that isn't that great, I don't want to watch that. But then you play it. I do personally think it's a game that plays a little bit better than what it looks like on YouTube. That's just my personal opinion, that's why I play it. Some people say it looks grey though, I don't agree with that. I think it has some nice colouring. Ooh, early 2025, so hopefully that's enough time for us to conquer this map and then be ready for 1.0. I think we'll do it as a team. The retro look is nice. But I just try and think of what a new player might be put off by until they try the game, because I think that's the biggest issue. People judge it without ever trying it. which does irk me a little bit, to be honest with you. Does that reach over? Yes, it does. Nice. What's the efficiency here? 100% and 100%. Yeah, that's fine. Should let me do this minutely higher, but we don't need to worry about those levels of macros just yet. Oh, and look at that. Oh my goodness, look at that lever. Look at that lever. For such a long time we had no clothes. We've got clothes, we've got a little bit of fabric coming in, do need a bit more. Got a good amount of furniture, and they're using a good amount as well. Getting in some livestock. Coal's starting to build up nicely now. Awesome, we are starting to see some real progress. And I cannot wait to build the arena, or at least the first sort of fight pit. Wow, that is awesome. Oh, you maybe want to play Prison Architect now. Now, I'll tell you a little thing about that. So if I remember right, it was the prison escape when you went onto other people's prisons. It was different for everyone you played with. Sorry, it was different depending on what you played on. So I initially had Prison Architect on console, could you imagine? And when you played it on console, you could like escape in certain ways and it was a bit more in depth. Then I played it on PC and I thought, wow, this is really laid back. I don't know if that's changed now, but I always thought the Prison Escape version. Ah, okay, that was definitely pre when I played. That was a long time ago. Wow. It's cool when you get your first prison up though, and then you get your first big riot and everyone goes mental. I hate it when games get too many DLCs and it's like, right, I want to do this. No, that is a game I want to stream at some point. Not just yet, because it's an investment in time, and it's a game people play more with DLCs now than I find. But oh my goodness, we've got 12 deficit. Where's that from? Is that because a foundry got produced? Yes. Let's reduce people out of here. We need like 2 in there for now. I want metal, but I don't want to use all of our people at the same time, especially when we already are on a deficit. I don't mind games like RimWorld where they've been out for so many years where it's like, okay, they bring out a DLC every few years. It's like, okay, I can support that. It's when games are producing DLCs every few months where I'm like, oh, come on. You're charging the same, you're charging if not more than the base game. I find that crazy. And so little content. So I recently got the DLC for Cyberpunk, and I thought, you know what, when I got it, because I actually pre-ordered that game on PC a long time ago when it released, and I did enjoy it when it came out. Obviously, it was very buggy then, but I'm very much enjoying the state it's in now, since they released 2.0, and the DLC actually felt worth it. I actually am really enjoying the content it's given, but it is an expensive DLC. One of my sort of mottos or sort of aims on a game is if every pound I spend, I want to get at least an hour out of it. That DLC, I think it cost me £20, less than £20. I got it on offer, but I think it's only like a 15-hour DLC. So if maybe the content I can stretch it, but we'll see. But with this game, I got it so long ago. I think it was £20 on like 50 hours. Probably the best return on investment for a game I have is Mount and Blade Warband. I think I've got 500 hours on that. And I think the only DLC I ever bought for it was Napoleonic Warfare, which I joined a group, which was pretty cool, the 63E. Still remember it now, still speak to some of them actually. Yeah, I find I go to Bannerlord a bit more now. I mean, I haven't played Warband in years now, But Bannerlord, I just prefer the graphics, honestly. That's something where, again, I wished I'd streamed it, because I've got quite far into that, but I only just started deciding to stream recently. This is within the last 2 weeks. Um, I've been playing games for 20 years. So, at least not on this. Since 2018 I've had this computer, and Bannerlord since release, I think. It's been a good journey. It's weird, I just had this moment where I reminisced. I came to London in 2018 from the countryside, and I'd saved up some money, and that's when I first bought this PC. And I was just thinking, like, wow, that's 6 years ago. Nearly 7 years ago. So much has happened, eh? Let's see, what's really making her upset? What kind of enough? They're not happy with its fulfillment, but they should be fulfilled. Yeah, something went on. Well, I think it was like Baby Shark. No, that's the biggest pandemic we had. Did I build that storage? I did. I completely forgot to put anything in it. Whoops. Assign someone to that. And let's put in those weapons. They might have decayed by this point, I'm not sure. But we're gonna find out pretty soon. We'll just bring it to double. And forgive me for anyone who's watching, this is my little plug moment as we're hitting an hour and a half, very shortly, to if you could, please follow, or if you're watching this later on YouTube, please give it a subscribe. I am a very small channel, and it helps out massively for everyone who follows. If you don't worry at all, I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. And we might have had a few people join or leave since then, but I will pause occasionally just because I'm checking my phone. My sister's in labour 2,500 miles away in Canada, and I keep seeing my phone pop up, and I'm like, oh, is it? Is it? I really want to see how that goes. I want to see the picture of the baby and her as soon as it's out there. Very exciting business. We don't need 3 people tending that though. Maybe the 1 person will be enough. Maybe 2. Actually, I'm producing metal now, which is awesome. Let's also... Just trying to think of what the next best thing for us to produce is. At least we're starting to see a big uplift in food, at least in bread side of things. Even if the others are dropping, especially meat, that's really dropped, which is quite a shock. Then we are building up that next pasture, so we'll see how it goes. But if that pasture builds now, we're in trouble population-wise, so I might have to close it off for a little bit. Or once it's nearly built, deactivate it. then what's actually being sold in markets? Okay, the markets do actually have a lot of variety by the looks of it. Yeah, 20 meat, 20 fruits, 20, 20 fish, 18 meats, 18 bread, vegetables. We'll be okay. We'll be okay. The market seems to be doing enough. Quite interesting to see how it's working now, because I don't think they had anything like this before. I think they just grab it and that would be it. It's nice having them have to go to like a centralised area to pick everything up. It's pretty neat. Forgive me for your squeaking in the background, just adjusting in my chair. This is a pretty awesome game. Research has gone up a little bit again. I want to unlock leather armor, because I'd like some basic production, but would need to make another place for that. And until our next place is built, we don't produce that much excess leather. What year are we now? We're in year 18. Okay. We'll get in there. We'll get in there. Just dawned on me as all Crotonians with one human prisoner. That's just not going to be a great experience. Also, he's nearly served his entire sentence. He's a 60-day sentence. He's down to 17 days, which is interesting. Be out soon enough. Hopefully he'd learnt his lesson. Just to have that meat supply, I might send people on a little hunt. That'll only happen when we have excess population, if I remember right. So they're going to go up in happiness. What's the trajectory of our people? I'm going to keep them over 50% ideally. 60% is fine for now, but we do want to increase that, hopefully by quite a bit. I think it might be another toilet. I think that might change everyone's opinion. Like, hey, do you want to go to that toilet or this toilet? Especially when there's one toilet for what is nearly 259 people. That's a lot. This is not like a bidet or something. This is one toilet. Well, not a bidet. I think everyone would enjoy a bidet actually. It's not like one little cubicle, porta potty style. Ooh, that wouldn't be a great experience, would it? It'd be a lot of mess. Worst case, we need more people. I will remove people from this, but for now, I think we're good. I think we can then start looking at one masonry, pottery, once we build up the other place. But we don't actually have an income of stone, so we do actually need to make a stone mine as well, which I think is only down here. Yeah, we're actually quite close to it. Awesome. But it seems like we're in an even better place than we were yesterday. Now we start to get some equipment, and we did actually salvage some. We didn't save all of the drop stuff, but we saved majority of it. So I think that's good. Any more storage nearby? Remove the lever and increase our... Oh, actually, let's remove rations as well. We don't produce any of those. Let's increase our... The word for it just left me. What was it? Ah, there we go. Furniture. I was thinking, what was the word my brain was looking for there? Oh, and a little shout out to the YouTube for anyone watching on Twitch now, and vice versa. If you want to see it live, join us on Twitch. I stream most days, but variation of games. And if you're on Twitch now, I do put this all up to YouTube, just upload it as it is, really. And then if you miss any parts because you need to go away and it's like the VOD's gone, you can go back and just watch it in the future, which is nice. It's starting to look cool though, this town, I think. A lot of empty spaces again, I want those to be the guard posts when we get them. That's why I want to start the leather production now for the armour, because we will end up needing a good chunk. I'm not excited for when that's built though, we're going to lose so many people for it. Yeah, I think we can scale that back a little bit, because we're not using that much. With some giant fields though, that's pretty neat. Look at the fishery area. It's all the little boats that do it for me. When you actually see them rowing off to go and harvest stuff, I mean, like that. There's, you know, there's some neat little bits like that which make the game quite cool. We might be getting to the point where we need another nursery. How's our trajectory? Okay, so they're happy. If we click on the average person, what are they upset about? Bathhouse, taverns, physicians, and thugs. What about you? Bored. Public execution every full moon. Oh, I'm sure we can get something like that up and running soon enough. I'm just going to build a workstation here and hopefully someone gets to work on this fairly soon. Unless we do have the resources to build it. How's our cotton production going? Oh yeah, we're producing way more than enough cotton. But the weavers, might as well throw a few people in there as well. I guess a person. Extra. Maybe thrown over at the fishing industry. Hopefully this will be constructed sooner than later. Working in the audit passing request will be good to be a bad judgment. Due to the lawyer so it doesn't happen again. I thought that loyalty was quite good, to be honest. Yeah, loyalty 70%, that's not low. What would they need? Why are they upset to work in the audit pastures? To be fair though, they can't actually clean themselves. There's no bathhouses, so you're working with, there's essentially cows. And not have, imagine a cow poo. There's no real way to clean yourself other than a river, but happy for a river and not, you know, death. I shall negotiate with them by giving them some decorations. I'll give them a large brazier that should do the job. We might as well add some harmony boosters as well around where our people congregate. Hopefully this will have some knock-on effects. Just making people that little bit happier. It's the sound of the toilets. It gets me every time. Oh yeah, their service is like 0. We need to build another. Get another lab up. I think here will be a spot. Just as we were mentioning RimWorld earlier, there was actually a RimWorld mod back in the day which let you build up like massive like toilet infrastructure, which will sound a bit weird, but it was really interesting because it doesn't naturally have like toiletry. So it was interesting to have where you needed to actually manage, okay, what were people doing? Is there a place where they'd put all their sewage? Is it being filtered? Is it being like sourced? It was interesting. It was interesting. I remember I played so much with a Warhammer mod on. I found this old volcano, managed to settle it, got attacked by World Eaters all the time. It was pretty neat. And then this one day, once the game updated, it no longer worked. And that happened to me twice. So I just ended up being like, oh, you know what, I'll hold off on the mods for now. And it looks like the game's doing pretty well, even without mods. The base game looks like it's really improved significantly, even though it was always great. Seem to be a little bit stuck at 260 population. We'll just get them a little bit happier, work on some things, and get it. Nice, strike's over, go back to work. I knew it was building the second toilet, that's what's going to change their ways. I wonder if the harmony emits. Nope, nope, they're getting unhappy again. It'll be fine. So we need more food stalls, more stage. It shocks me because I feel like we've got a pretty solid stage. Ah, so that's how we upgrade. Understood. Ah, I didn't even realise you could upgrade like that. Oh, we're learning something new every day in this game. So we need 30 polished stone for that. Interesting, I wonder if we could just trade for that. It's going to be ridiculously expensive. I think it's ridiculously expensive, but we'll see. It's not crazy. We are going to have to trade a good bit to get to it, but 6k. Okay, let's. What do we have to offer for this? A bit of ore. Maybe that crazy. Actually, we have a load of this. Loads of wood. Happily trade that. So we want to gain some money as well. So let's trade a bit of furniture. Don't really want to trade the metal. Got a good amount of shirts or clothing. Yeah, very little of that. Oh, wow, even just the 20 is 13k, that's crazy. Yeah, we'll trade the coal. It's a good idea to get an idea of what our values are. How much we're worth as a whole. Interesting. Then we will. So, oh, wow, we end up 6k up. So, 6,410. Yeah, nice. Awesome. Get that in. And then I want to upgrade you. Do I need to have that in a warehouse? I'll make space in one for it. I'll make it this one. Just for now, before we actually give it a dedicated area. While we trade, it should just appear, if I remember correctly. There we go, so start appearing. We start upgrading with it. When will it start going? What are people using it for? It does have a spoiler. I do find it weird that rock can have a spoil rate where it's just like, nope, it's gone off. Sorry guys, it's like what? I really want to upgrade that. Posh relief. Interesting. Maybe we can work on. we suddenly in such a deficit? Ah, I know what's opened up. This, yes. That doesn't deal with all of our deficit. Where is it coming from? No, not stone mine. Not the clay pit. Where are we losing all of our people to? We'll click here. Let's have a look. Just looking through. Where will it be? Use the majority of our people. Also not got anyone. Warehouses have taken a big hit. Do want to try and get people to deal with that. Travel institutions, they're not going anywhere. Until we hit 300 pop, we can't really do anything about it, guys. Come on. Come back. Maybe, just because we really are on a shortage at the moment. I think we'll pull a few people out of the laboratory. Let's pull a few people out of the mines as well. We'll keep two producing. Just hopefully give us enough people that we can start to offset this deficit. I think a new nursery might be really prudent as well. How babies made? Well, firstly, son, you place your fruit basket. In the side, that's annoying. Though we do have some issues with our population now, it does seem like the city is getting into a stable state. Just need to make sure that there's people free. I feel like having the larger military unit isn't helping us particularly, but they're 89% efficient. So I think once they hit maximum, that's when they rejoin the general population. Looking at them at the moment, so I wonder if some of them are going back to do their training. Just the upkeep. Or if even some of the people naturally die and so then they have to go back. Furniture by lots of things. It's not great. Hope everyone's not finding anything too boring at the moment. Forgive me, it's just part and parcel of it, really. Which is a shame. Oh, yes, we've had someone die naturally from old age. They were 47, that's not that old. Oh no! A 3-year-old got mauled. Oh no, 2 3-year-olds got mauled. Oh no! That is really not good. You don't need this. Go away. Unless they're threatening us for it, they are not getting it. Come on, raise that happiness, raise that loyalty. Oh, we're not a bad lord. You know you want to. We don't have eggs and we don't have mushrooms, but you can live off. You can make a society with that. Maybe religious areas might be good. Can we upgrade them? We can. With oh, we need level worship and styles. I wonder if we can just buy a load. I mean, a load of that cut stone. I'm gonna give it a go. Take maybe 40. And let's trade them some resources of our slaves. Let's trade them some resources of our own again. Just to offset the price of that. Do that one. Maybe a good chunk of wood again. And let us use our Nars to off the rest. Oops. 70? Oh. Okay. 9. Yeah, there we go. Increase our opinion of us a little bit, and we get the resource one. And we can recruit humans. Yes! That's exactly what I want to see. More people. Come on into town, people. Let's recruit you. We'll just do another little quick save. Just make sure everything's going well. So this can be the only sort of tedium of the game which is what I worry about for viewing there, because I bet if this is a video that will be where it drops, because you kind of just have to wait for things. And I feel like a lot of people, their attention spans aren't as long anymore, which sounds really bad, but it needs to be quite quick. Part of this game, if you're watching it now, you fully understand that this game is a bit of a slow burner in comparison. That's what makes it so neat. Ooh, let's make production at some point as well. We are essentially becoming a large nudist colony though. Yes! Oh, that looks awesome, so they automatically do the upgrade instantly. Oh, that's cool. Look at that. That is awesome. That is awesome. And we hear someone pooping away in the background. Upgrade as well, boost from 50. Warehouses can be upgraded. So it looks like again some storage then. And the houses can be upgraded too, if I remember correctly. Basement, yes. I think it adds more storage, or potentially how many people can live in the house. There's so many cool researches we can make. Yeah, it seems like it's on the up and up now. So keep it that way. Once these guys finish training, we should hopefully, 1, get back our elite fighting force, 2, have enough people there to be fine. So 19 fully trained, yeah. So I think the way we thought it was 19 are now fully trained, 11 need to train. Hopefully when those 11 are finished training, they will just go into the normal workforce, which is I think is how it works. I think. Not 100%, because I'm aware that's how it goes. I wonder if now we look at what people are happy by and access, or services should I say. I wonder if, yeah, stages are now jumped up quite a bit because now we've upgraded it. They should be up in their happiness values. It still seems like they just get thrown tomatoes at in a much nicer environment now. Nice tomato thrown, if you will. It's almost like a little hive of ants. But all of them are doing their own things. They want to rest, they want to worship, as you can hear, they'll run to the toilets. You know, it's interesting how it all works. But we're starting to up those services, we're starting to make the town just a really nice place to be, I think. Once we get guards up, that will increase our security quite a lot. We'll see a massive increase in prisoners though. So at that stage, you unlock, I think the three things, you unlock stockades, you unlock execution abilities, but I don't really use those. I never make an executioner. I like to just send them to the arena because they gain a little bit of happiness from that. I think people enjoy good execution in this universe. So we'll see about that. About halfway is what Dolce was telling us we should do with attacking the cities. So we do want to build up a nice military force with archers by that point. But I'm sure we'll find the ability to. We'll find the people, we'll find the time, we'll get it done. And we can recruit more people. It's not many, but let's keep it going. Hopefully we can build up that population. How's anyone who's still watching? How are you doing? Hope you're having a good time. Yeah. Let's hope you're having a good evening. Oh, nice crop. Looks like you're going to be ahead of us really quickly. Work on our production lines, definitely. I don't know if you are too, Dolce, but are you playing in the background as well? Nice. It's a lot of Songs of Six, and the game deserves all of that playtime. It is brilliant. Probably going to curse it now, so it's going to happen immediately. But we haven't been attacked by anyone yet. Oh, sorry. We haven't had any major incidents which need us to use an like the hospital. So hopefully we'll be okay. But I feel like me just mentioning that has cursed us completely. So right now we've got the other nursery up. We should hopefully soon. We're going to have a little hard save there. Hopefully soon we'll see a nice increase in people because we have the second nursery up now. Oh, there we go. I cursed us. I absolutely cursed us. And it was the soldiers. No. Oh, no. Well, that happened. Oh, I absolutely did curse us. No. It's got its own little level of hilarity to it, isn't it? Wow. Cursed us, we've lost people in the training grounds. Literally, like, what? 5 minutes after I say, oh yeah, I'll curse us with this, but we seem to be fine. We don't have any incidents with loads of people. Then it happens. Oi, oi, oi. At least we've got a nice looking stage for people to cheer up at and to watch some plays. Oh, well, oh, I just realised I put the stage next to the lavatory. So, oh, they're performing. You can see someone really going for it. Jesus. It looks like we've had a few people who've joined us, so welcome to the stream. I hope you're having a good day. If you have any questions, please ask away. And if you want us to see, try anything, let us know. Give it a go. It looks like we're producing more than enough resources now, which is quite nice. The grain is steadily going up, the bread's steadily going up, the meat stagnating a little bit, vegetables are stagnating, fruit stagnating, but at least we are producing more than enough food, and we are seeing that it is raising. And if we desperately need any, we can just go and hunt some animals, like I will do down here. They don't desperately need it, but I find that our people might enjoy the difference in food variety. I do like the music in this game as well. It is very soothing and just satisfying. It's just nice. It molds into the background very easily. I think I remember a time in the game where it really didn't have music. It was pretty bland. Hmm. I'm starting to see a minor increase in people now, which hopefully we can just keep building upon. That's why our production went really badly and we lost loads of people. I always forget that I make certain buildings. This I intended just to be for soldiers, armor production, and then here we are. Here we are. Oh, guards, really. That's why we lost so many people instantly. It's always when you have just enough people, you're like, where have they all gone? We figured it out, and that is why our level production suddenly went awful. Okay. Well, it looks like we've got a few people to throw at a ranch now. Pasture, should I say. So good luck, everyone. Let's see how they do. Oh, nowhere near enough work as well, looks of it. Interesting. Okay, 7's enough. Brilliant. Oh, 272, we're getting close. Oh my goodness, we've ended up with enough clothes for everyone. That is such a first. We have more people. Oh no, another 3-year-old mauled. How are these children getting mauled? They're just leaving the town and getting butchered by the animals. Particularly is it the Smilodon. Need to hunt that down at some point. I don't know how, but we will. We'll figure it out. And how are we actually doing with BTC? Our stores does drop, so I think it might be time we start working on maybe another fruit farm or something. Actually, even potentially just a vegetable farm. We don't produce too much of either. What do we have in space here? Oh yeah, we have the space for more vegetables and more fruit. And then we'll do another fruit farm. I know we have the orchard, but I know it's worth it, but I just feel like for the investment and the time it takes, it's not the greatest. Oh, we don't have any slaves, thank you. Any we can sell? No, they're not technically slaves. They're prisoners. There are 9 of, so no one in town has actually committed punishment. Oh, they're going to be let out in 10 days. The issue is, we don't want to let them out. Ooh. What I'm going to do, I'm going to change their punishment to execution. We'll kill in the arena. I don't. Or will they just leave immediately to go and do that, even though we haven't got an arena? No. I'm going to set all of these prisoners to kill in the arena, so that once we have the arena up, we can use it. That way they're not going into our general population, which again we're not really aiming for other species to be in the town at the moment. And I see that we've got quite a few more people than earlier, so how are you doing everyone? Hope you're having a good day. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Make sure to stay hydrated. And again, if there's any questions, please give me a shout and we'll see if we can get anything answered. Right now we're just focusing on getting to 300 population, upping our food supplies, and just generally making it more efficient. It's time for a few people back into production of carpentry as well. Yeah, our fruit levels starting to drop massively, so we need to sort that. Right, something built. Was it the clay mine? I think it was. Yes. Let's reduce everyone out there. We'll put in maybe 4, because we don't actually produce any bottles yet. There's no point in having loads of people in there when they don't do anything. Food's definitely starting to drop big time now, so we need to really up our production on that front. I'm not shocked that we're maxing out on cotton even. I know actually we do have quite a nice excess. Oh, we can upgrade the hearths. Ooh. Oh, fancy hearth, it's its own tech. Okay. So that must be why people don't get full service even though we have a lot of certain things. It's because they're not able to use it fully. Its full capabilities. Which is quite interesting. Up to 290, we are getting there. And I guess a lot of those are children. By the looks of it, it is actually going pretty well at the moment. At least now that we've recovered from that sort of big deficit we were having earlier. Seems like loyalty is going up. We have a lot of people being born into our faction now. How's it on the soldiers front? Okay, well, yeah, we're getting a lot less people training now as they've maxed out. So they should start rejoining the general population. What year are we now? 21. So, Oh, I just realised I have people working in a clay pit with nowhere to actually put the clay, which is not my brightest idea by quite a margin. Let's remove maybe one of the warhammers. Yeah, remove part of the warhammer, and then change that out for clay for now, just so there's somewhere for them to place it. Whoops. And tomorrow, I don't know if you'll be interested in a crop called Dolce, but I will be streaming the 10th part of our Dustland delivery series we're doing. And concurrently, in game, it will then hit 1 year. So I'm really interested to see how that goes, really. And it should be very enjoyable. Thank you. Thank you, Dolce. I really appreciate that. It's nice to have 2 Songs of Six fans in the in the chat. It's interesting. Though in other time zone, we've got other people who are quite into the game. Though I play it, it wasn't actually me who had the idea of streaming this. It was another follower named Don here, Sheldon. His idea was, hey, why don't you stream this? And I was like, oh, you know what, I'll give it a go. And it's actually had one of the best receptions I've had. Really enjoying it. Especially after I just played Northland, and I'm on the line with it. I enjoy it, but I'm not good at it. And I think it's a little bit rough around the edges for what I like, whereas this just feels perfect. More in depth, it's much more difficult, I think, to get into, but once you're there, beautiful game. It gives me like old school RuneScape vibes, where it's like, more, orchestral, quite chilled, relaxed. This feels good. Oh, you know what? It would probably be similar music to WoW as well. Played both, although I did play a lot more RuneScape. I do find that it's, you know, kind of covers quite a bit. Oh, come on, we're so close to 300 population. We're right there. $299, come on. So close. What are these guys doing? Lavatory is okay with, but they could do the upgrade. Let's get a few more people into the actual lab. Actually, we can do it with another person in the actual foundry as well. We don't produce that much, I've noticed. Even though we do have a nice reserve of coal and ore. Actually, not as much ore now. I want to get a few more people back into the old mines. From one population off. Come on. Someone grow up. 300 pop is like a big milestone, I feel. That's when you start getting guards and whatnot. Oh, I thought that was it. I got really excited. No. I know declining them might seem bad, but I feel like once we get to a high population and with soldiers, we'll just end up taking these guys out anyway because they're the closest neighbours. There's like 2 dwarven outposts. Yes, Legati. As population bolsters, unfortunately so will the bad apples. Crimes must be dealt with swiftly and justly, else they can easily get out of hand. The Legati is a judge, and as such lets you pass judgment on your subjects. Now we've got a guard post, dungeon, scaffold, and stocks. We gain +1 nobilities and +0.10 happiness. Yes, we made it! Sorry, I was going to fall asleep tonight before we hit that, but we are there. Amazing. Now, what do we want to build first? I was hoping we'd get our research up enough so we can go for the old blood sports. I think we'll get there. It'll take a while. Ooh! Yeah, I didn't even think of Witcher 3, but yeah. That's a really good shot, actually. Let's get up a guard post. Oh, it's just not enough space. That's a shame. Oh, well. Oh, actually, there is just enough space right there. And what does that? That affects most of our city, to be fair. So yeah, you know what? That shout. That is a shout. Oh, I really want to play Witcher 3 now as well. Ooh. So it turns out folk music composers are the ones that get it done. I didn't realise we're not actually cutting any stone. Let's set up some crafting for masonry. Doesn't have to be a huge building, we'll probably need to build another storage as well. We'll actually have it close to where we produce the stone. Next to the quarry. Awesome. Get that up and running, we will be in a much better place. Right, our furniture is in a really bad position at the moment, which isn't amazing. But we're getting there, we are getting there. Production slowly starting to increase, we're starting to see more people move into the city, or be born, and we'll work on it. We haven't got enough stone to make that. I forgot it needed cut stone. I should have really focused on that earlier. Whoops. Again, it's one of those little hiccups where might have stumbled on it now, but we will work upon it to make sure it doesn't happen again. Okay, better to learn our mistakes now than when we're about to be attacked by 100 people. Actually, one little elite fighting force. Very excited to do some combat with that group. Again, for anyone joining us, how you doing? Hope you're having a wonderful day. Or evening, I think it is getting quite late now. Oh wow, we haven't even finished that field off. Give me what I'm thinking, guys, is I might actually pull the stream to an end here, just because I can feel myself getting tired, and I know that if I get very tired, I'm going to start making bad decisions. So I think what a good time to call it. And can I say, Crop, thank you for coming back in, and Dolce, thank you so much for joining us today. It's been an absolute pleasure to play for you both, and anyone else who joined us. So again, thank you both so much. If you guys don't end up seeing me around for the next part, I'll be uploading it all to YouTube, same name just over there, and I hope you both have a wonderful night, and anyone else who watches us have a wonderful night. Have a good one.